episode 3 of Castlevania. Before we dive in, we left off with the gang not only being chased, but damn near stomped out.
Mm-hmm. It was our enemy territory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our boy Edward got snatched up.
Annette lost her temper, caused the ruckus. The whole vampire clan was like, "Excuse me, what's going on back there?"
Mm-hmm. She lost her temper because she saw her ex slave owner.
I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
That freaking slimy bat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bro, I think it's for a Blanc.
Something like that, yeah.
Don't quote me. I think I'm quoting saying it wrong.
No, I think along those lines, I believe.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, doing that,
her blood started boiling. They were outnumbered by a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They do what they can and they dip off, but our boy Edward got snatched up. Unfortunately, snatched up, and that's where we left off on episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
Episode Trace. We
opened up with Annette grieving.
Yeah, she was grieving, and then we entered a background story of Annette and Edward's basically history on how they met, how they got together, and how they got to where they were today.
It was like more so Annette's history, and then it led into how she ran into him, which is interesting. And shout outs to Edward for not only helping her hide from the vampire slave. A vampire slave one was crazy. Anyways.
Vampire slave owner.
So shout outs to him for hiding her, also taking her along with him.
Also, little history, which I liked, because I was like, Saint Domingue? Where are we? Is this real? Like, we're in France. France is a real thing, so Saint Domingue is what present day Haiti is. And it made sense. When I seen it, I was like, yo, I know homegirl has to be from the Caribbean.
That's why I said, like, the first episodes, I'm like,
they weren't speaking Creole. They were speaking more French Creole.
And then every time she'd use her or enchant like something to use her powers, I'm like, y'all playing?
Right. It was good. It was good because then I looked it up, and that was basically Haiti now is a much larger portion of Santo Domingo in total. But at the time, Saint Domingue was just a small slither where France was trying to colonize, and it kind of showed not the actual story of the revolution, but there was a revolution there where they got their part of that island right there, and it was really dope to see. It was really dope to see. And then that's when Annette and Edward, well, first Annette said she got this vision from her teacher, basically, and said, there's something evil coming. It's across sea, and we have to kill it.
Oh yeah, her Cecil, her high priestess, has an image of the vampire messiah in one of her visions, and like warns Annette what she had saw.
Right, and right there, Annette decides, I have to go. You guys are in good hands here. I have to go because I'm on a different mission. Like, yes, we're doing what we gotta do, the revolutionary here, but the bigger picture's crazier. There's vampires we gotta get rid of. And she's like, I gotta go overseas. Edward says, yeah, no, I'm going with you. And that's when I seen, okay, Edward is not only cool because, like you said, brought her in, saved her. Nah, we're ride or die. Family.
Yeah, he's riding. And he's riding too. That's dope.
Warriors. He said, we're warriors and family. We out. And that's where their journey to basically Europe started, France. And that was really cool how they started that off. it also sucks because that was the start of basically more night creatures coming. And Annette finds and sees basically Edward, but in night creature form. And that hurt me.
Yeah, and before anything could happen, like another one just...
Because they was doing their thing. Night creatures came, they were slicing and dicing, chop, 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 chop. Edward the night creature. Not Edward the one that we know. Edward the night creature. It's visibly clear that he's Edward because the eyes, the head, like he still looks like Edward, just in night creature form. And as soon as him and Annette lock eyes, the guy shies away like a sad puppy.
Mm-hmm.
He has basically a form where his hands are like this, and his hands cover his eyes in shame, like.
Which is interesting to me, the way he reacted, because I guess the night creatures don't lose everything, in a sense. You still have some memories, or not memories, because like, you know what I'm trying to mean? Some remembrance of you for him to remember Annette enough.
Yeah. But remember, these night creatures are different from the first Castlevania we've seen. They're a little bit more...
Yeah, you're right. Because compared, for instance, the
other ones look like ghouls for real.
The one, this is the empty box, like that one. That one looked hideous compared to these joints that we have here.
Yeah, they look more baddish.
There's more scimitars and like.
Yeah, and it was just interesting to see, because as Annette sees Edward, the night creature she was fighting apparently wasn't dead yet, comes from behind, and the night creature Edward saves her. Literally, in a flash. Foop! Slices up the one that was trying to kill him. All the night creatures looked back and said, "Excuse me?" One of them with wings comes and just swoops up Edward.
So we out of here.
We gotta go. We gotta get this boy fixed, neutered, whatever, spayed. He's doing something wrong that we're not programmed to be doing. We're not
supposed to be doing
Gotta go. And that was crazy. Also in the episode, Orlok and the abbot's right-hand man, what's his name? Mizrax,
yeah.
Mizrax.
Mm-hmm.
That was their first meeting.
They had a little conversation. He was asking the abbot.
Not the abbot.
No, he was asking Mizrax, why is the abbot making night creatures for the vampire messiah?
And he's like confused. Like, do you even understand who it is you're being loyal to? Like, do you understand who this person is? This thing is? Like, yeah, I'm a vampire. I know I've done my bad.
Mm-hmm.
But do you understand who this Messiah is? Y'all are all churchy and the word of God. This has nothing to do with God here. We might as well go back to Castlevania. This is not a church. This is just an empty box.
Oh, you need an Aurochs.
Yo, like, bro, like, yeah, I don't like Aurochs because of what he did to
Julia Belmont.
But at the same time, he did what he did for a reason. He has his reasons.
He had his reasons. Even if you don't agree, he had his reasons.
He has his reasons. And he's seeing the nasty work that's going on. And he's like, y'all are tripping.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are giving weapons to the wrong thing. Messiah, whatever you want. Y'all are tripping. Y'all are tripping. And it's funny because when they're in the church, as the night creatures come through, remember how the abbot's like, don't worry.
Yeah, we're protected in here. God won't let them come in here.
Right.
Like, you sucker. You know what you do.
Meanwhile, Mizrax all the way in the back, and you slowly start to see, almost like what's his name from Loki? What's his name?
X5.
X5. Remember how he slowly started as B-15 was started, you know? We're all variants. He's in the Mizrax in the back, like starting to realize, like, hold up. Like, is this what Orlok told me? What he's starting to put two and two together. He's starting to realize, like, am I on the right side right now? Which is crazy. I like those kind of character developments, you know? Because they're ride or dies. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the right-hand man. I gotta be here.
His morality, his integrity, that's all about to be tested. His religion, it's all about, his faith is all about to be tested. And it's not, and what sucks is, it's none of his fault. He's being who he is.
He's just being loyal.
He's being loyal. These priests ain't loyal.
Oh, stop.
It's not Mizrax's fault.
It's not, bro. It's not. Because all he's doing is his job. Imagine, he's probably growing up like this since he's a child. You know what I'm saying?
His peoples was probably already in it.
Crazy. But how'd the episode end?
Yeah, it ended up with Edward being flown away.
And that starts breaking down. My beautiful Edward has been turned into a night creature of hell. What's his name? Right there? Is like, what the hell just happened? Because he can't even fathom, why the hell did a night creature just save you? She's like, that was Edward. I saw it in his eyes. I know that's my boy. And he's like, what the hell are you talking about? Because to him, all he does is shing shing cham these nasty creatures and I'm done. That's my job. I clocked in and clocked out. I'm out of here. Never in my life, never in my 18 years of living have I ever seen no damn nothing like that. And then that happens. Annette, what the hell just happened? Boop, end the episode. The way they're ending episodes nowadays is really pissing me off. It's good, but it pisses me off.
I'm right there with you.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, God. You heard me at the end of the episode. I'm like,
that's it? And I'm like, yep, that's it. Credits started rolling. Yeah, that's it. I didn't write it. This wasn't me.
And when you review the episode, you realize a large chunk of it was Annette's history, and then the rest was like what we got
back to present.
Back to present.
Right. Like, okay, this is where we at right now. This is what's happening in the current story. So it's cool because I like how so far they've been doing that. They've been giving little pieces of people's history, and then they'll give us present day. And this episode was dope because it's like we got the Annette history. Then we got the heartbreak of her losing Edward, and then her finding Edward, basically. But it's not Edward anymore. Ugh. Her ride or die. You know how much pain she's in? Because, first of all, that's her man's, not in that type of way. He saved her. Rode overseas.
Bro, you saw how grown she was by the time.
Yeah, they've been together for a minute. The first time she met him, she was probably maybe 17, 16, maybe. By the time she got older, maybe 25, maybe.
Crazy.
And now your man's is dead. The from Saint Domingue, y'all came from Saint Domingue together, and now your boy's dead. You can't even bring him back home. Ugh. Yeah.
She's definitely gonna hate that OG vampire even more. Count Blanc, whatever his name is.
Oh, basically the slave, the vampire slave owner, slave master, whatever you want to call it.
Which is ironic as hell because you can look at slave masters. You can make an anecdote metaphor for slave masters being vampires. That's what's funny about it.
Oof.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's weird. But
that's it for episode. That was episode
3.
Episode 3 of Castlevania.
Left us
Nocturne.
on a cliffhanger. and we'll see what we got next week. We'll see what we got next week.
Till next time.